I'm reminded of a story. It's a story about a couple that were in love. I mean, these young lovebirds were just in love. Every time we saw them, they were holding hands. They were hugging one another. They were sneaking little pecks on the cheek. I mean, these were a couple who were in love. Lovers. They had figured out how to make each other happy. They had figured out in moments of distress how to encourage and inspire one another. They had figured out how to encourage and challenge one another to be better and to do better. These were lovers. There was one small issue. One of the lovebirds, named was Anne, was blind. And deep within her own resolve, Anne had a lot of self-hatred. And she had a lot of internal distress. And as they would talk about the potential of marriage, Anne would always resolve that I do want to marry you, but only after I can see. So there was one small issue stopping the forward motion, the forward progress of these lovebirds. Well, Anne's friend, we call it special friend, right? Anne's friend had figured that because of Anne's friend's love for God and Anne's friend's love for self, that lovebird was going to do something very special for him. So Anne's friend figured that over the time that things were going on, that this lovebird would do research to figure out how to help Anne solve that issue. Day after day, week after week, month after month, Anne's friend visited doctors, surgeons, medical researchers, and sought after an answer. Eventually, one answer was found. A phone call came. Anne picked up the phone, and on the other end was a doctor who had told her that he had a pair of eyes for her. So Anne had an eye transplant surgery. And after the surgery and after time for rehabilitation had passed, the wrap over Anne's eyes came off. And when Anne looked at the love of her life, she saw a blind person. Not knowing what Anne's results were in terms of facial expression, the love of her life said, now that you can see, will you marry me? And thinking about all the self-hatred, thinking about all those depressed moments where she just was so sick with God and the world for not being able to see, said no, and walked away. As Anne walked away, the friend said, take care of those eyes, my dear. Before they were yours, they were mine. A breakthrough is a transitional, transformative moment where obstacles, detours, or distractions can no longer block your accomplishments. I know that you are as upset as I am. And so our resolve is found in John chapter 5, verses 2 to 9. If you have your Bibles, you can read along with me. If you don't, just relax. You can stay seated, relax. I want to read this to you. Now there in Jerusalem, by the has 5 roofed colonnades. In these lay a multitude of invalids, blind, lame, and paralyzed. One man was there who had been an invalid for 38 years. When Jesus saw him lying there and knew that he had already been there a long time, he said, "Do you want to be healed?" In modern language, you translate that, "Are you ready for a breakthrough?" And the sick man answered, "Sir, I have no one to put me into the pool when the water is stirred up. And while I am going, another steps down before me." Jesus says, "Get up. Take up your bed and walk." And at once the man was healed, and he took up his bed and he walked. For a few moments this evening, I want to share with you part 2 of It's Time for a Breakthrough. This man at the pool, like many of us, had fallen on hard times. And like many of us, he was challenged by the resolve of trying to figure out how to get back. I mean, life had smacked him around, and he just was not able to move forward in the way that he desired to. And he was just stuck, stagnant, still. This pool where he was seen as a mysterious pool where every season an angel would descend down from heaven and stir the waters. The Old Testament reading talks about troubling the waters. For those of us who have understanding of the Negro spiritual, wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God is going to trouble the waters. That troubling is a notion that as we escape from slavery, make a beeline, as it were, to the water. Because when you get in the water, God will stir the water so that the dogs won't be able to track you, so that there be no footprints there. So wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's going to trouble the water. Every season, an angel came down and troubled the waters. And the first person to get in the pool was he. And so this man, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, decade after decade, for 38 years, laid by that pool, waiting to just roll over and belly flop in there to be healed. And every time he felt that he was almost in, somebody would beat him into the pool. To the point where the brother had a little sleeping mat. A sleeping mat signifies that he made himself comfortable by the side of the pool. Because if you're going to get in and get out quick, you don't need your sleeping mat. So we find the brother there for 38 years. And here comes Jesus. Just from around the world. In the book of John, where he is, he's going around